And right now we don't have fruit, so let's keep going and see what happens. So let's go to 43. I'll read from here. Leaves occurring in 2 vertical rows along the stem, meaning they're 2 ranked. Leaf base asymmetric, fruit a samara. Or leaves not 2 ranked, leaf base rounded or sometimes acute, fruit a reddish or blackish palm. Okay, are the leaves occurring in 2 rows along the stem? No, they're not. In fact, in some cases they might look like they're whorled, but they're definitely alternate. Let's see, and the leaf base asymmetric? No, not really. Not a good one. Here we go. It's not really asymmetric. So that doesn't fit. So let's go to the next one. Leaves not 2 ranked. Leaf base rounded or sometimes acute. It's not really either of those. Again, it's not quite fitting in my opinion, but let's keep going. So 44. Leaves usually more than 2.5 centimeters long or less than 2.5 centimeters long. This is definitely more than 2.5 centimeters long. And is it typical of montane habits? Well, yes. So we got an answer here. The answer is serviceberry, Amelanchier alnifolia, page 380. Go to page 380. Here's page 380. And look at that picture. Does that look like what we're looking at? No, the leaf shape is different. It's more lanceolate instead of deltoid or ovate. Okay, and so this is not serviceberry. So let's go back to our key where we left off. We left off at 43 on the dicot trees. And let's work our way back to the point where we were confused, which is couple at 41. Okay, so now we're at 41B, and we're going to take our second sidetrack. So we're going to go to 45. 45 starts with leaf blades nearly as wide or wider than long versus leaf blades longer than wide. What do you think? Huh? Yeah, right? It's nearly as wide as long. So we're going to 46. Petioles not flattened, leaves palmately veined, cordate to reniform, leaf margins entire, older bark smooth and gray. Versus petioles flattened, perpendicular to the blade, not as above in all characters. All right, everyone go grab yourself one of these leaves if you haven't already. And look at the petiole. Look at it in cross section. Is it flattened?
Yes.
Yes. Are the leaves palmately veined? No. They come off at multiple points along the main midrib. Is it cordate to reniform? No. Are the leaf margins entire? No. They're crenate, right? Let's see. Where was I?
45 to 12.
Huh?
46.
46. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to 47 then, right? Petioles flattened. Okay, the next one. Leaves deltoid with a crenate or cerulate margins. Older bark dark fissured. Generally along waterways. Lower elevations. Versus leaves ovate to reniform cordate with subentire to serrate or cerulate margins. Older bark white with a powdery bloom and black where damaged. Trees clonal above 1,400 meters in all Utah counties.
Wow.
What's our elevation? Does anybody know? Okay, are the leaves deltoid or ovate to reniform cordate? They're ovate. Okay. Guess what? This is Populus tremuloides, the quaking aspen. Let's go to 414. in your book. And let's make sure that that's what we're looking at.
If it has a point, how are you calling that ovate? I feel like it should be deltoid according to this picture.
That's what I put on the quiz.
And that's what I put on the quiz as well.
Okay, I agree with you that this looks deltoid in some regards to me. Ovate is also, because of the way that it curves into it, some people will call this ovate, versus deltoid, which is more of a triangular shape. So that's why it's important. That's why we're looking at these pictures right now, okay? And in particular, I want you to look at the pictures in the book and notice the margins. The distinct way to know the difference between quaking aspen and Fremont's poplar, Populus fremontii, is number one, the elevation. And number two, Populus fremontii has much larger rounded crenate lobes on the margins, much larger. This one is definitely a crenate-cerulate. Okay, it's still wavy, but they're much smaller than fremontii. So here is quaking aspen, and the Fremont poplar. If you go to page 412 in your book, notice that leaflet in page 412. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see the difference in the leaf shape and the margin? And we are above 1,400 meters, by the way. Okay, so this is quaking aspen. And in particular, also the petiole is very flattened. That's another thing that you can know. And that's one of the reasons why this has its name, quaking aspen. The blade against the petiole that's flattened, when the wind blows, causes it to go like a sail. And it goes back and forth like this. That is the reason for its name. It quakes in the wind. Okay? Fremont poplar does not do that. It does do that, but not nearly to that way. And that's because of its anatomy and how it's built.
What is this thing?
The inflorescence?
Yes.
Okay, you can turn that off.